So as I make this video, I know there's probably going to be some people mad at me, especially Utah Jazz fans. The Rudy Gobert video is going to be coming first thing tomorrow. That's a fact, unless like some absolutely major NBA news happens. I will bring you guys the Rudy Gobert video tomorrow. I wanted to really make this Clippers video today because it's like, wow, man, we have even more Clippers news that's not necessarily positive. I'm not going to say it's negative, but it's like this Clippers news is a very big deal because it is going to shape the future of this Los Angeles Clippers franchise. It's really absurd to be mad at the Clippers going out and trading for Paul George and signing Kawhi Leonard, but part of me wonders what this team would look like right now if they just remained invested in their young core. I mean, let's be real. Is anybody going to be surprised if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pushes 25 points per game this season? No. Come to think of it, this is actually pretty criminal. I've never done a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander breakdown on my channel. If you guys want it, I'll bring it to you. But right now, we have to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers and their future. Before we go any further, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another Get Like Coop video, and that's facts. For those of you guys that enjoy my content, you'll probably enjoy my streams too. The link to my stream is going to be in the description below. You'll not want to miss a Get Like Coop stream. Also in that same description, you'll find the link to my football channel. The last video on that channel has 50k views. Shout out to everybody that's watched it. We're going to have some football heat coming soon, and that's a fact. So I've been kind of conflicted on if I want to start a rebuild channel. I really do. But part of me also wants to start just a general channel to discuss like all types of news. I don't know. I think that might be the move. We could react to things, talk about funny stories, music, just a whole bunch of different things. But right now, we have to talk about the Los Angeles Clippers. Man, what's going on in Los Angeles? Let's start off with the Clippers signing guard Luke Kennard to a 4-year, $64 million contract. 4 years, $64 million? That's a lot of money. Luke Kennard, good player. Guy shoots almost 40% from the three-point line, gives you 44 from the field, and gives you 16 points per game when he's healthy. For Laker fans that were mad at the Kuzma contract, I present to you the Luke Kennard deal. Nah, but for real, Luke Kennard's a good player. He's going to have to up his game and really stay healthy for him to be worth this contract. But the Clippers are in a position where they're going to need some guys to fill some bigger roles. So Luke Kennard is definitely one of those guys that can take his game to another level. Kennard's a very smooth player, crafty scorer. I want to know what you guys think about this contract, W or L, in the comments below. All right, so we got Luke Kennard out of the way. Now we have to talk PG. PG signed a $190 million contract extension with the Los Angeles Clippers this offseason. $190 million is even more money, but it shows that the Clippers are committed to Paul George despite reports about him being available on the trade market for a brief time. Reportedly, the Clippers shopped PG before signing him to an extension. Not really the best time to shop him because his value was at an all-time low. You always want to sell high. You never want to sell low. Basic economics, unless you like absolutely have to. So when Paul George signed his contract, he had a talk with Kawhi Leonard. He said, "I'm hopeful that he'll return. He's one of the guys I talked with and informed. This is a decision that I wanted to make and be long term." PG said, "I'd love to play with Kawhi for the rest of his contract, but it's Kawhi's decision." And in a major way, PG was right. Kawhi Leonard signing an extension, signing long term with the Los Angeles Clippers will ultimately be Kawhi's decision. This guy definitely operates on his own timeline and nobody else's. Kawhi recently talked about his upcoming decision. It's not the clarity that a lot of people would have liked, but it's a response nonetheless. Kawhi said he's just focused on this season. He added, "If I stay healthy, the best decision is to decline that player option, but that doesn't mean I'm staying or leaving." So naturally, Kawhi fully plans to decline his player option with the Los Angeles Clippers. My question is, why even speak on the contract? Because you know people are going to make assumptions based on what he wants to do. So there's really no clarity coming from this whole situation, but I do think it's interesting. There are some people that have galaxy brained this whole Kawhi Leonard situation, and they think that everything going on with Jerry West and the tampering is somewhat coming from his side. There are some people that truly think Kawhi is trying to get out of his contract with the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, in my most recent video about the Los Angeles Clippers and Kawhi Leonard and the whole tampering thing, I made a mistake. I said Kawhi is a pretty straightforward guy. Kawhi is as complex as they come. But in the context, I did mean what I said, but at the same time, it really felt like I was wrong because Kawhi, again, is as complex as they come. The whole San Antonio Spurs situation was an absolute mess. The Toronto Raptors went out and won a championship, and Kawhi Leonard still opted to leave. His heart was in Los Angeles, and I can't blame him for that, especially when the Raptors knew what they were getting involved with. But for me, Kawhi going to the Clippers was still one of the biggest shocks to my basketball world that I had ever seen. I don't know about you guys. You can let me know how that move struck you down in the comments below. I think Kawhi wants to be in Los Angeles, but I don't think he likes the structure and current direction of this Los Angeles Clippers team. In Toronto, it felt like everything was tight-knit. It really kind of matched Kawhi's vibe. Everything was ran really well. In Los Angeles, there is leak after leak after leak, which speaks volumes about the organization. It's going to be interesting to see what Kawhi does this upcoming season. Let's just assume Kawhi resigns with the Clippers. All of a sudden, the 2021 free agency class doesn't look nearly as good. Giannis resigning was a major jolt to this class. Yes, there are a lot of promising players, but man, what a hit this class has taken. Also random, do you guys remember the triangle offense? Apparently Ty Lue and the Clippers are looking to implement some triangle offense sets into the Clippers game plan. They want to use Kawhi Leonard like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Guys, let me know how you think that's going to go down in the comments below. And also, where do we have the Clippers finishing in the Western Conference? Clicking the video on the screen is a great way to support my channel. I'm Get Like Who, bringing you guys the scoop until our next upload.